I spent 14 years living further north than most people will ever travel. I built a business, I paid almost no tax, and then I just walked away. Today, I'm going to explain to you why I finally left Svalbard for good. Let's get this straight. Svalbard is a cheat code for entrepreneurs. No visa required, a tax code that would make a Cayman Islands banker blush, very little bureaucracy, but paradise always comes with a price tag, and mine came due in 2020. Get a job, do business. You don't need any visa. No one's going to chase you. No one has to sponsor you. I started Polar Permaculture to solve a problem. The problem was getting fresh food. It usually would come by ship or by plane, which was very expensive. And then it wouldn't last very long on the shelves in the store, just depending on how it was stored. I started Polar Permaculture to grow local greens, microgreens, herbs, and we were selling it to the hotels and the restaurants. This was all about feeding people in the Arctic. For a while, it was the perfect loop. Grow food, sell food, feed the Arctic. But the real money wasn't in the salad. It was in the tours. People wanted to see what I was doing, so I would charge people to come and see, and we would offer tours. We were working with Arctic Tapas and doing food tours, growing our local food and sharing it with the world. It was a very inspiring story. That side of the business was actually paying for everything. Then March 2020 happened, and Svalbard didn't just stop tourism, it annihilated it. It shut down all flights, the hotels got quiet, the restaurants got quiet, and my contracts vanished overnight. And here's the brutal part. Polar Permaculture was a business, two businesses wearing a trench coat. One was the food side, which was noble. The other was the tour side, which was actually paying all of the bills. And when the tourism died, I couldn't pivot. It was very difficult to earn money. You can't sell a helicopter tour to somebody who can't land. So I went from 100% revenue to zero, like instantly. And then that's when the isolation became a cage. You can't take a ferry out, you can't really take a boat, you can only fly out of Svalbard. So it's very difficult to move. I was basically trapped in a ghost town with no customers. But that's not even the worst part. The worst part is the garbage. Svalbard doesn't process its own waste, so it has to get shipped back 600 miles to Tromsø. That's every glass bottle, every metal can, all of the solid waste is shipped back. And as a permaculture guy, I couldn't square the circle anymore. I felt like I was really part of the problem and I needed to change that equation. I held on for 2 years after COVID. We really tried everything we could. The magic was gone. The hotels, they started to grow their own microgreens. The supermarket, of course, found cheaper mainland suppliers. And it was just difficult for us to rebuild. The tourist numbers never came back up to what they were before that while I was there. I realized I was only staying for the 15.8% tax, but I was losing 100% of my peace. My business broke. The place started to feel less like an adventure and more like a prison. So I left. I shut down Polar Permaculture on Svalbard. I moved to Lofoten. I took over my cafe. I started Polar Permaculture here in a different way, more about the experience I learned from Svalbard. I grew stronger. Svalbard shaped me. This was all because of Svalbard. I became a better entrepreneur. The truth is, Svalbard is very nice opportunity if you plan to go for a short time to check it out. It's easy to find work there. But to stay as long as I did, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not for everybody, but it has really shaped me and made me a much stronger person and a stronger mind and mentally strong person because of living there on Svalbard. Thanks for watching. I'm curious if you ever lived in a remote place, or would you trade low taxes for your sanity? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. Much love from Polar Chef Ben. I'm out. Take care until the next video.